Hi everyone, my name is Kaylee and welcome back to my YouTube channel. To get into the holiday spirit, let's get into this Christmas story. This very fucked up Christmas story. Oh, and one more thing, if you guys could give me ideas on videos that you want to see, that would be very helpful. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys up close. There we go. Okay, so story time about my crazy obsession. Yes. So a little background information. I was 18 and in 12th grade. And I'm just gonna start this story time off by telling you guys, at the time this happened, I thought I was doing what was best for me and everybody else. So with that being said, before this situation happened, it was Thanksgiving time and college decision time. Love that. So I talked to my boyfriend at the time. We are going to call him Gavin. I'm looking extremely orange right now. Love that for me. He was way smarter than me, but he was also a year younger and he played soccer as well. He suggested that I go to UCLA, which was not far from my home, so I didn't really mind that. And he could just go there next year and we could be together and not do a long distance relationship. So I committed to going there and I was super duper excited. Then less than a week later, out of nowhere, Devin calls me and he says that he's actually going to Berkeley. Like, oh, you want to tell me that after I already committed to a college? Nice. Apparently he got some soccer scholarship and wanted that more than he wanted me. I told him that I wanted him to play at UCLA and be there for me like I was there for him earlier whenever there were some issues in the beginning of our relationship. So we spent that whole week fighting about how we were going to make a future work for us together. I guess like a week later, I told him that I would just try to transfer my credits so that way we could be together, but until then we were gonna have to do long distance. Well, then his response was, I don't actually know if I want to do long distance. Then he says, everything is much harder with long distance, you know, I don't know if I could handle not being able to see you, so maybe we should just, you know, like, stop our relationship now. Just a bunch of, like, crap. Then he proceeded to tell me how he felt smothered. So then I stormed out of his house and ended up blocking him on everything. And I guess you could say that we were broken up, but that really wasn't the case since a week later we were sleeping together. And in my honest opinion, we were doing couple stuff that whole time, so why wouldn't we just get back together? Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Or however the hell that saying works. You know what I mean. Well, one day I was over his house and I was about to leave and I overheard his mom ask him about Christmas. And she was talking to Devin and she was like, oh, like, what does she want for Christmas this year? You know, the usual. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but Devin and I had been together for 4 years. Well, this made me so happy because I knew I was still welcomed in his home. And it also made me think, he didn't tell his mom. Then I overheard Devin say, nah, we're not together. I'm actually thinking about bringing this other girl. Later on, after I left his house, he texted me a bunch of just weird shit and we got into a huge fight. So again, we blocked each other and we took a few days to calm down, or at least I did. And then I decided to talk to him while we were at school. He completely ignored me and then he was like, you ruined my life, a whole bunch of lies. So another couple days go past and he still didn't unblock me. Shocker. So I went on his socials on my fake account, of course, and I eventually decided the best way to get him back and to fix this was to get him a really nice gift for Christmas and give it to him at his family's Christmas party. So eventually I had texted one of his friends asking when it was, what time, and I got all the details from them. So the day the Christmas party rolls around, I hop in my car, I go to his house. I was super nervous But after 15 minutes of giving myself this huge pep talk, I finally get the courage to go in. And his dad was the first person that I saw. He gave me a hug and offered me something to drink, but I was just focused on making sure that I got my man back that day. So eventually he told me that Devin was downstairs with his cousins on the game. So I go downstairs and all three of his cousins turn their head and their faces just kind of said it all. It was like, oh fuck. Like, she's not supposed to be here right now. And I look over to where the corner is and I see that somebody's in the bathroom. And I didn't see Devin anywhere. So I was like, who else is here? Because I knew all of Devin's family members. I'd been to this Christmas party before. I knew who comes and who doesn't. So I walk over, I rip open the door, and his cousins are like telling me that nobody's in there. But like I said, I pretty much knew they were lying. Well, when I open up the door, I see Devin getting head from this one girl from our school. I don't exactly know what came over me, but she didn't even have a second to get up before I started wailing on her. I was punching and kicking her, and I'm pretty sure that she bit Devin because he started screaming in pain, which I didn't really give a fuck. Well, then his cousins pulled me off, so I went and grabbed the fire poker and tried to swing it at Devin, but I ended up breaking the mirror that was downstairs instead. Love that for me. And then I got a few more shots in at her, and at this point everybody was gathered at the bottom of the stairs. You know, they wanted to know what the tea was. And after I got in those few more shots, she locked herself in the bathroom and was screaming. Well, eventually the cops came and the girl did end up pressing charges. There were medical bills that had to be paid for. She did end up biting my ex-boyfriend's, you know what, whenever I first went in and started swinging on her. And that was pretty much the last time that I had ever talked to Devin or had any interaction with him. I ended up with 3 years probation. So yeah. Okay, everybody, so that is the end of today's story time. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of me, maybe hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to see whenever I post my next video, make sure to click that bell. Also, if you guys want to keep up with me on any of my other social medias, they will all be linked down below. One more thing, guys, please give me ideas for videos if you guys have them. I would love to hear any suggestions. But other than that, I love you guys and I will see you next time.